The company that we are going to talk about is Alien Enterprise. The vision and mission of the companies is simple, where their vision is to enhance and improve the quality and way of life in every household. Alien Enterprise is a complete household plasticware solution provider specializing in the design, development, manufacturing, and distribution of a wide range of quality and innovative plastic storage, preparation, containment, serving, and cleaning products for the home, office, and industrial application. Alien Enterprise headquarters are in Simpang 4, Penang, where they get their manufacturing done. The reason why we choose this business is because we have been long-time customer of this company. The process that we are focusing on is the purchasing and reselling process. The category this process falls under is the supply chain management process, or the SCM for short. SCM refers to the maximization of profitability and the effectiveness of the overall supply chains by managing the flow of information between the various parties and activities within the supply chains. The part of the business that is process is related to is one of the most integral part in the business and its revenue generating model, which is the sale of the plastic-based product they manufacture to other businesses. Example including the Alienware selling the plastic water bottles it manufactured to Tesco for them to resell. There are three main important roles that is being portrayed into this process. These three roles are customer, the office worker, and the warehouse workers. The overall flow of the whole process is as shown on the diagram.
Hi, my name is Sean, and I'll be talking from parts D to F. So in the first part of D, the process is placing the order. So this is where the customer places an order through their phone, via WhatsApp or email, and is received by our team. There is no particular input in this process, but the output is the order. Secondly, there is receiving the order. Once the supplier receives the order, the office worker will then key in the order into the internal system for bookkeeping purposes and to ensure ready stock is available to avoid cancellations. In this process, the input is the order and there is no output. Thirdly, there is notifying the customer if there is no stock available. If there is not enough stock on hand to accept the offer, the clerk will then notify the customer that their order has been rejected and what products were unavailable at the time. In this particular process, there is no input, but the output is the notification. Fourth, there is the order sent to the warehouse. Once the order is noted down and verified, a notice will be sent to the warehouse by the office clerk to allow them to start compiling the order. In this process, there is no particular input, but the output is the invoice. The fifth step is the owner sent a notification for successful order. While a notice is sent to the warehouse from the office, the owner will also be notified that the order was successful and the order is already being processed. There is no particular input in this process, but the output is the notification. Office clerks would then have to manually type and print out the shipment details as the process number 6. Once the order is done and being compiled and packaged for shipping, the main office in headquarters will be notified, whilst the office clerks will have to manually type and print out the shipment details, such as departure and arrival address, to be labeled onto the packages for easier references. Once again, there is no particular input in this process, but the output is the shipment details. The seventh step is parcel number and tracking number logged into the internal system. The office clerks will now key in important details, such as the parcel number and tracking number, into the internal system. There is no particular input, and there is also no particular output in this process. The eighth step is packages are passed to shipping partners for delivery. The packages are now passed into the shipping partners to be shipped out to the customer. There is no particular input for this process, but the output is the packages. The ninth step is notification sent to the customer for order being processed and shipped to them. The office clerk will now notify the customer that their order is done processing and is now in the new process of being shipped to them. Once the order is received by the customer, they will be required to check their order might be wrong or may have defects or damage during the courier process. If there are no defects or problems, then the order is marked as completed. In this process, there is no input, but the output is the notification. The final step is the order received by the customer. Once the order is received by the customer, they will be required to check their order if the order might be wrong or may have defects or damage during the courier process. If there are no defects or problems, then the order is marked as completed. In this process, the input is the order and there is no particular output. Next, I'll be talking about Part E and our external service technology providers used in the process. There are a few external services providers that are present in this process. The first of which is the accounting software that the company is using to record the invoices of the transactions between the company and its customers. This software will keep a record on the inventory that they have left and also keep a record on the invoices that the company has issued and received. An example of a software they use can be Zildia, which is stated to be an invoicing, inventory, and post system.
Hi sir, my name is Low Jun and I'll be continuing this presentation. There are a few technology dependencies that this entire process would depend on. One of these dependencies is WhatsApp and email. As we have previously stated, the process is currently highly dependent on these platforms for their customers to contact the company to place an order with them. Referring to the architectural diagram, we can see what other dependencies the process is reliant on. From the diagram, we can see that all the related hardware and networks are connected to the Internet Service Provider, or ISP for short. Firstly, the company's Wi-Fi routers and LAN hub has to be connected to the ISP to provide them with internet access. If we continue to follow the diagram, we can then see that the local work computers in both the warehouse and HQ is connected to the company's LAN connection. This allows for the computers to be able to communicate with each other through the network. Inventory softwares can work by verifying whether a device has access to the software by checking whether the device is connected to a verified IP, such as the company's LAN or network IP. This is on top of the servers of the software having to connect to the connection of the company, or else it wouldn't work. On top of that, companies usually also have a server where employees can back up any of their work on it in the case where something might happen to the computer, such as a computer virus or error. The server also communicates with the various devices through the local network. This puts heavy importance on the reliability of the LAN hub, as all of the important factors to this process is reliant on the ability to have access to this LAN hub and the network it links to. So to summarize, there are a few dependencies in this process. These are the Internet Service Provider, the company's local LAN hub, the company's server, the software server, and external communication applications for receiving orders. Alien Enterprises' current purchasing and reselling process have helped the warehouse and inventory system for quite some time. However, there is still room for the company to improve their current process. The first improvement is a centralized inventory and ordering system. This system will be able to be viewed by both the office and warehouse simultaneously. This will be running on the same software. This allows the office and the warehouse to have instant alerts or notifications once a new order and a new shipment comes in. Therefore, the office which receives the orders and the warehouse which receives the supplies does not have to notify the other of their status. Because the system will show their status on the screen, the system will run through the same server in the company. This will allow the company to use a website that is linked to the system for the customers to place orders. The second improvement is having the shipping status automatically update. This is also regarding the computerized inventory system currently being used. The shipping system is automatically updated using shipment tracking and tracking codes or numbers. This creates a way for the office and the warehouse to know when a product will reach its customers or reach the warehouse. This shipment tracking system will be equipped with tracking codes or numbers that can be automatically issued to the office and warehouse. The third improvement is an automated stock counter. The stock counter will be linked to the computerized system, which will show a stock unavailable on the website. Customers will be refrained to purchase the plasticware. When there is limited stock in the warehouse, the counter will count the amount of stock for a specific product in the warehouse, and if the product has a low stock count, the system will notify the office to order from the appropriate supplier. This is what the swim lane diagram would look like after the improvements have been implemented. This is the first half of the process table after the improvements. And this is the remaining half of the process table after the improvements. This concludes my part of the presentation. I'll now pass it on to the next speaker. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Timothy Low and I will be presenting the benefits and security concerns. As stated above in Part G, we have identified 3 improvement opportunities for the company based on their process model. These improvements will have direct and indirect benefits to the company. The direct benefit to the improvement is increased efficiency for the company in the process. The warehouse and office will not waste valuable time in contacting each other for stocks. This will minimize the time taken for an order to come in and to be processed until it reaches the warehouse. Another direct benefit to the improvement is minimizing human error in the shipping process. If the shipping process was to stay the same way that it used to be using manual logs, there is a chance that there will be wrong time or wrong shipment being logged in. This will cause a lot of confusion in the warehouse and cause unnecessary problem. The indirect benefit of the improvement is better customer service. Having a shipment tracker will help the customer to know where their shipment is in real time. customers will less likely call or message the company for updates on their shipment, and they can just log in to the website, insert the shipment number, and see the progress itself happen. Another indirect benefit of the improvement is customer will not accidentally purchase a product from the website which is not in stock, as the stock counter is linked to the website through the centralized system. The website will show that the product is unavailable if it's not in stock. The security concern for the company is regarding the use of a centralized computerized system to monitor goods, stock, and more. This system is run using the server which is located in the office company. The server is hacked. If the server is hacked by an outside source, the hackers will steal customer information from the website. This will lose the trust of the customer. Therefore, the company needs to have an antivirus and anti-malware protection in their services. If the server was to malfunction, it would cause minor inconvenience for the company, and they will have to temporarily use the traditional inventory methods. This can be minimized by having regular security patches. If the server was to be consumed by a fire, the company will lose all physical components of the server and be left with the backups in the cloud server. This will render the inventory system inoperable for the meantime, and the warehouse will have to communicate closely with the office. This concern can be prevented by having the server in a fire-protected room and having the fire prevention system in the server surrounding. Thank you.